I was surprised that so much had changed, but so little had changed at the same time. They were Tigerville, South Carolina. Yeehaw! I visited with my friends that were my best friends, brothers, probably since the time that I could walk, because our houses that we were first introduced to the world in were side by side, and when we learned how to walk, we quickly decided or figured out that we could go next door and have instant friends, and it was such a wonderful time to go back and be with those people again and to see what heaven looks like one more time. It was beautiful. It really is. But this song, as I stood out in front of the building this morning and took a photograph, and Brent, if there's a battery still in there, the photograph is there, of a little place called T.P. Wood's Store. And when I wrote this song, I couldn't figure out a way to get T.P. Wood to rhyme with anything. But T.P.'s son, his name was Willie, and Willie took over the store when I was about not born yet. Willie and my father were great friends. He called my father Castro. He says, "Where's Castro?" Because my father was from Cuba. So I stood out in front of that building this morning, and I pressed my face to the glass, and it's that old-timey, wavy glass because the building was built in 1860. And I looked in through the empty building, and I could see the oiled wood floors, and I could remember where everything used to sit in that place that I love so much. And I'm so grateful that I wrote this song. And some of the people there that have heard it keep saying, "You got to come back and play that song one more time. You got to come back." That's it. You can pass it around and be happy for you too. So I decided that for the sake of poetic license, I would make this Willie's Country Store instead of T.P. Wood's Store. Closest one-horse town was a 20-minute ride in a pickup truck from a tiny little spot on a 2-lane road where I grew up. It's been a long time since I moved away, and I ain't been back no more. The one thing I remember like yesterday is old Willie's Country Store. Willie had groceries, Willie had clothes. Back in the back was a pot-bellied stove. I think it was a fire that felt so warm. It was friends and it was home. Lord, I sure do miss them since I've been gone. Sweet memory come and take me back once more. Willie's Country Store. Was the center of the universe as far as I could tell when I was 8 years old. If there was something that you needed that Willie didn't carry, boys, you sure don't know. He'd like to say if he could help you be pleased when you stroll through the old screen door. He touched his tongue to the pencil as he totaled up the tally down at Willie's Country Store. Willie understood what a young boy needs, a subtle education that was always free. His backwoods wisdom never steered me wrong. Like buying days, ABBs that I shot through the knot of some hollow tree. When I'd run out, I'd run and get some more. Willie's Country Store. Willie taught me about the world. He ain't been wrong yet. He made sure I left with more than what I came to get. Someday I'll get back home. Willie's gonna wanna know what rolling on. We'll sit down around the fire once more. Willie's country store. Someday I'll get back home. Gonna tell them about everything that I've done. Things will be just like they were before. Like Willie's country store. Hey Willie, need me some BBs, some Bazooka Joe, and a Tootsie Roll. Knee-high, high. Hey Willie, charge it. Thank you. Oh, if you could have just been there. I told my friend, there are two brothers, Jim and Judd Blackwell, and they have an older brother that doesn't live there anymore, but they were, for all intents and purposes, my brothers all my life, and they still are. And we stood out in front of that store this morning, and I looked at Judd and I said, this is so bittersweet. It's so bittersweet. And but they're talking about restoring the building, and it's been there since 1860, so it really should be on the National Historic Register, I think.
Kind of like you.
Yeah. I think so.
Speaking of brothers, here's to you.
Here's to us. Thank you guys for letting us make this happen. It's been way too long. We don't need to wait this long next time.
No more 6 years, man. No way.